Hello and good evening. My name is Carson, and today I will be sharing with you my reading and viewing presentation for Professor Goncher's class 420. The title of my article was 9 Differences Between Being a Leader and a Manager. This was written by Forbes' very own William Arruda. What is the general public leadership theme of the article? When I was reading the article, William Arruda was quoted saying, "When you are promoted into a role where you are managing people, you do not automatically become a leader." The main theme that I got out of that was you need to earn respect. Anyone can get promoted to a new position, but earning the respect of your peers, I think, is the most important aspect of that job if you want to be successful. Another theme that I read was innovation. A leader is an innovator. To be respected, a leader cannot be afraid to speak their mind. There may be set guidelines, but a leader cannot be afraid to think outside the box when necessary. A manager, for example, would just follow those set guidelines and accomplish the task, no questions asked. Same old routine. Thinking outside the box would include risks being taken that can lead to success and failures. What does the author want the reader to learn about public leadership? Well, like I said before, the author of the article wants to distinguish the differences of being just a manager in a workplace or someone who is a leader but goes above and beyond. Building that personal connection with your coworker is something that is very important in order to be successful. Let's say one of your employees comes and asks you a question on a problem they're having with another client, per se. A leader steps up and sits down and has a personal conversation with that person and asks them, talks through the solutions and connects with them on a personal level on what they think they should do and not just tell them how to do it. Having a positive attitude is something that the author talked a lot about in this article. Sometimes you have to fake it till you make it, even if things aren't going your way. That rubs off on everyone. No matter if it's a terrible situation, a leader is always positive, and that was boosting morale. That boosts morale, which increases productivity in the workplace. Thinking long term in comparison to short term is something that a leader does compared to just a manager. A manager is just thinking of the task at hand and is thinking, all right, how am I going to get through this day and be done with it, following the same set of procedures. The author talked about a leader thinking long term and caring about their employees and their successes in the future. Identify a current Arizona or national public official or individual involved in the public leadership arena that represents the issues, decisions, actions, or theme of the article. While reading this article, I thought of someone very significant to the state of Arizona, and that is Sandra Day O'Connor. She was elected the first female judge in Arizona Senate history. By doing that, she served her time and she worked her way up to eventually becoming a Supreme Court Justice of the United States. Why she was admired as a leader was because based on the fact that she was very, very unpredictable on her court decisions. She voted, in a sense, to whatever idea benefited a person's rights and did not violate the Constitution. She was considered a Republican, but since she was open to new ideas and made sure everyone was being treated fairly, just earned her respect through people who watched her during court or her own fellow officials or judges, in a sense. I thought that was that could go with in the article that I talked about earlier that a leader is someone that thinks outside the box and does not always follow a set protocol. Sandra Day definitely thinks outside the box and is very unpredictable. Do I agree or disagree with the information in the article? I honestly agreed with 100% of everything that was said. Um, Not everyone is cut out to be a leader, but this article gives you tips on how you could be a leader every day in life, whether that's in work or in life in general. The author makes about 9 valid points while backing them up with facts. I liked how the author acknowledged success in almost all of his points. There was just different points on what it was just different points on what a manager is compared to a leader in a sense. What I got out of it was the author talked about a leader in compared to a manager per se connecting with their employees emotionally in a sense. They actually care about the person and they aren't just, like I said before, trying to get through the day and making sure it is done correctly, but it may not be the best way. How does the public leadership theme or content of the article affect your classmates and members of your generation? Well, this article is all about being a leader and a manager. All of that pretty much involves interacting with human beings. Being a manager, managing people, you are there most of the time in person. Most children and young adults my age are becoming more and more reliant on technology. I think this is good because it's the year 2017 and technology is running our world. It's amazing. But people are very reliant on their cell phones and social media, and it's gotten to a sense that people rely on Facebook to interact with someone, like by chatting, or to even get them jobs. But that diminishes face to face communication, which is a very important trait that a leader has. Not possessing these skills will make it very difficult for someone to become a leader in today's society. So it is very important to have a balance of using technology and being able to communicate with someone, which would make you a great leader. How does the public leadership theme or content of the article affect you personally or professionally? Well, when I read this, I thought I actually am a bartender manager, so I deal with people every day coming in and out of my restaurant. I am called upon to make important decisions with people. People work very long hours during one shift, which can lead to major stress. Luckily, my general manager, who is the boss of me, creates an inviting atmosphere which makes everyone who works there feel like family. This increases productivity and there's hardly any drama between people. I mean, at least with me, because I like to come in, lead people, do my job, and get out. I think long term, because I am the longest tenured employee there. Since because of that, that's why I feel like I'm pretty well respected in a sense. I've never had any issues with anyone. I am also a communication major at Arizona State University, so I'm learning how to communicate better and build relationships with people and hopefully become the best leader I can later in life. Thank you so much for listening to my presentation.